Hi everybody, here we are, we're back. Hello, welcome to Band of Badgers. I am Dave, your game master and host for this campaign, and this is our Scarlet Citadel series, supported by friends over at Kobold Press, who make a wonderful product like this. This is what we're playing. Look, it's a physical item, it's real. No PDFs here. Please go and check them out at koboldpress.com. If you didn't already know, Scarlet Citadel is a 5e rule set place game. It is absolutely fantastic. It's a kind of a little short dungeon crawl. But with a few kind of twists and turns and secrets for the story, and it is fantastic. Now this is obviously just our first episode. We're at the tip of the iceberg, so do join us and stay and just listen to whatever else is going on. Now each session will be going to be joined by a new special guest player from around the TTRPG community, and it could be you. All you have to do is get in touch and come and play, and that's exactly what Eric did. Well, we kind of met Eric before. Eric is one half of the fantastic Midnight Tower independent publishing group. How you doing, Eric?
Doing really well. A bit
Good.
Nervous, very excited.
Don't worry about it. Nerves is fine. I am really nervous at this point, but I'm like that every episode. Once we get past this bit, it's all fine. It's all good. And joining me around the gaming table, as usual, are my beautiful players. How are you all doing, players?
Wonderful.
Excellent.
Yeah, wonderful. Nice. Yeah.
Play.
Friday. Well, Saturday for Clint, because he's on
Saturday
Australia.
morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm happy to tell you a future, but don't be upset if it doesn't go the way you want it to go.
Exactly. Yeah. It never goes our way anyway. Now it feels weird. This is episode 3, but we did have this episode was scheduled a couple of weeks ago. It didn't work out, so we're kind of back, but it feels like a long time. So we're just going to quickly go around the table, get everyone to introduce themselves, who they are, where they're from, what country they're in, because this is an international group, and a quick little bit of information about their characters they're going to be playing. So let's start with Josh.
I am Josh McGuire. I also run a board game, tabletop game review channel called the McGuire Review. I am in the US, and today I will be playing Smigs Smee for this campaign, which is a gnome. I'm sorry, it is a goblin. It's been a long time since we played.
Yeah.
It is a goblin rogue.
Cool. Let's go around again. We're going to miss Eric, so we're going to catch up with Eric again at halftime because he's our guest. And we don't want to kind of, although the audience and everyone can see what his character's name is, they don't know who he is yet. So we're going to find out who that is. Clint, let's go to you in the future.
I am Clint Bowman. I am the community manager for Ardent Roleplay. We develop 3D augmented reality assets for tabletop roleplaying, like games like this, like D&D. We have a lot of exciting news this month, so check us out. We also have a partnership with another streaming group called Fate's Grip, who are going to start their very second campaign this coming Tuesday evening at 6:45 Australian Eastern Standard Time. And I am playing Galen, an oldly wizard dragonborn.
That's cool. You mentioned Fate's Grip. They did drop their trailer. They had like a little teaser trailer.
They did YouTube, indeed. So it's wonderful.
Go check them out. Randy.
Hey, everyone. I'm Randy Alvarenga. I am located here in the U.S. as well. I am playing our rogue noble, Theodore Valtalin. Part of the reason is he wants to figure out what's going on down here. And who am I? I am a tabletop RPGer, streamer, and an actor. Located here in the U.S. So I believe I met Dave from the show Harbingers, where he met Megan Caves, who is our GM. And so I play on a couple of other streams. So check me out on Twitter if you want to know more.
Cool. And Steve.
I'm waiting for it.
Waiting for what, Steve?
Okay, I'm Steve. I'm the other half of Band of Badgers. I am GM and player. You'll see me here. You won't find me anywhere else. I don't exist on social media. I normally run our sci-fi games, and I'm a regular in Dave's games. Oh, my mind's gone completely blank. Painting. Yeah, painting on Monday. You'll see me painting on Monday. It's been a long week. It really has.
It
Being
has.
back in the office hasn't helped. So
No.
I'm back to driving quite a lot. So anyway, tonight we're playing Scarlet Citadel, and I'll be playing Oregon Flamebeard, who is a Dwarven Paladin. And pretty much just looking for treasure until he found out this was an old Dwarven enclave. Now he's looking to clear it out of monsters and do something for the spirit of the people and the spirit of the place that used to live there. So I'm going to let my heroic side out, which is unusual.
So that's our recap of all our players, everybody. Can you all remember where we were? What we were about to do and what you've just kind of had to fight through?
There was a carnal room full of things hanging off of chains. And then there was an executioner or a torture.
That was the
person.
Obelite. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the jailer.
And we teamed up. We managed to hang him off one of the chains and drop him down a big hole.
Yes, you did.
And then we took care of the ogre, the red ogre. Then we went and bought some bezels, or a bezel, to be correct. And then we came back here, and there was a frog statue that made me and Smigs go a bit weird. Where I didn't really like what I saw because it was the end of the world, the end of the universe, and Smigs was kind of in his element, which was a little bit concerning.
Yeah, I was lost in the wheel of life, so.
And then we was standing in front of a crack in the wall.
You were standing in front of a crack.
We also rescued the character's friends and brought them to the witch. That's where we got the Bezors, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we came down here, took the people who we rescued out, and then we came back. So
And then some silly people started looking at a really funny frog statue.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Smigs got his poison, so well, Smigs is ready.
Yeah.
So, what we're going to do, we're going to jump in. So, if you're joining us, we're going to switch some cameras around. It's always a bit fiddly, this bit. It doesn't always work. But we are going to try. Let's try that. Did it work? Is everyone in the same... They are. Look, it worked that time. Glint's a little bit off to the side. I can rearrange Glint. Let's give him a shuffle. There we go. Jump. But, okay. So, I'll use the highly technical pointer here. These are our characters. This is the room they were just looking through. And here, you can't really see it that well, but there is a crack in the wall. A tunnel. Leading to somewhere else. Now, Steve, you can see that there is light on the other side. Pretty much as much light as we're in most of these kind of rooms. Candle, torches, that kind of thing. And you were first. So, you was about to go in, and that's where the cliffhanger ended. What would you like to do?
I'd like to check my inventory and ask you a question. I'm wearing chainmail. Am I okay fitting through this gap in chainmail?
Yes.
Yeah, that is the question. How big is the crack?
It's going to be a bit of a squeeze.
Okay.
I will. I do the old Tomb Raider bit. I think you described it as last time, and stand sideways.
Yeah.
And,
So
and
literally
squeeze
you're
my
going
way
to
through.
squeeze your way through into some crack. Okay. So
Yeah.
you appear on the other side, and I will reveal with highly technical accuracy like that the other side of the room.
Okay.
Okay, so just make sure you can see all this. Let's move that up there a little bit. We won't be doing it always on minis, just for the audience. We will be flipping backwards and forwards. So what you see as you get to the other side, it is a simple shrine. It is dominated by a larger-than-life, life-size statue of Charon in his boat. This is a representation is somewhat abstract, but the subject is pretty much unmistakable. The figure of Charon stands in the boat, holding his oar perfectly upright in both hands. The prow of the boat seems to be darkly stained around the base. So if you can imagine a prow of the boat, then that seems to be stained as if its liquid has dripped down. Standing over the statue, you see a figure. They are dressed in a dark, faded red cloak, all the way from shoulders down to their feet. The hood is up, and next to them, chained to this statue of a boat, is another figure who seems to be like the previous people you've met, slightly beaten, slightly battered, and has lots of blood on their hand. And with a quick look, looks like one of their fingers is already missing.
So the person that's tied up, is there any indication what race are they covered as well?
They are human.
Okay. So when you say standing over the statue, the person in red, how big is the statue of Chiron?
It's big. It's a big,
Okay.
big statue.
But so this person standing over the statue is bigger.
The boat at the bottom, so that the figure is standing inside a boat. So the person, if you're standing next to it, you can look into the boat, but you look up at the statue of the person. The boat is their base.
Right. And the person in the red cloak is standing next to the statue and standing next to the person who's
Stand
tied
next to the person.
Yeah.
You see them reach down, grab them by the wrist again, and the figure has is bound around the mouth, is chained by their feet to the statue, and they just grab their hand and they pick it up, and then you see what appears to be as the figure in the cloak holds up their right hand, blood seems to be coming out of a big gash in their wrist. I'm just trying to switch cameras as I'm doing this at the same time. One sec.
Steve.
So you see a big gash down their arm, but rather than the blood flowing down their arm, it's going up into their hand.
Okay, I'd like to cast Sacred Flame at the person in the red cloak, and then start to move forwards and shout to the other in the other room, "Get in here quick! I think I found the third person that was rumoured to be down here torturing these guys."
So as you announce, you shout down the hole, the figure in the cloak just whirls around. Okay. And
I wanted to cast Sacred Flame first.
Let's do that then.
I was following.
Okay. So you're.
I was following him too.
Do you want to march in order, you guys?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Okay, and I'll bring up the rear.
There we go.
I'll just be shouting down the hall. We're coming, Oregon! Here we come!
What'd you get, Steve?
It's a saving throw. You need to roll dexterity saving throw. Need to beat 12.
I got the 12 plus 1.
Hey, 13 it is. Do you lose anything for being surprised?
No. So the character whirls round as you mentioned, the just missing your fire blast. Okay.
Yep.
So spinning around, and you see a woman. She's got matted hair onto her face. She's extremely pale, and she seems to have bloodshot red eyes. And in her hand, where the blood was flowing upwards, is now turning itself into a blood dagger, into the shape of a dagger.
Excellent.
Wow.
Okay. And then I obviously shout and I start to charge towards her.
Okay.
Please.
So what we'll do is we'll roll. So here's the thing. I think we didn't get a chance to talk about this, but maybe we'll do it next time. let's roll for initiative, but next time we were going to try something else, but we forgot to talk about it. Right, everyone go for initiative. We'll go around the houses. Shout out your number, who's first.
15.
Okay, Theodore's at 15. Smigs.
13.
Okay, Galen.
10.
10.
10.
Thank you. Oregon.
You can tell this is not Pathfinder. 5.
Oh dear.
Yeah. 46 on my initiative.
Okay. So,
That's what I'm used to.
what's going to happen anyways? Oregon, you're already through, so you're in the chamber. You've shouted back. We're in a bit of a queue. So we've got Theo followed by Smigs. They're trying to get through, but they're held up by Galen. He seems to getting his cloak and stuff caught. He's like trying to breathe in and he's trying to squeeze past. He can't do it.
Stop
so it's
pushing.
my go. My goes first. The person says, "Oh, Steve, you seem to be blurry. You're steaming up your camera." The woman in the cloak looks down at the person on the floor and says, "So are these your friends?" And Ash, you may speak at that point.
I try to turn my head sideways and look over where she's indicating. Are they my friends?
You've never seen these people before.
I try not to give that away to her. I can't speak anyway, so I just frown and continue to try to chew my way through the gag.
Okay. Steve's trying to refocus.
We'll have it.
There you go.
There is.
There we go.
You got to talk. That's what it is. It's voice activated focus.
Yeah.
So you can hear them getting stuck in the tunnel behind you, and you've seen this conversation with this person and this person on the floor who's chained up. Anything you wish to do, Oregon?
Yeah, I'm going to continue moving forwards. So I move right next to them, and I will draw my battle axe.
I'm only going to move you 1 square forward, okay? Because we're waiting for that kind of initiative order.
Yeah, all right, yeah. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm focused on getting there, getting my axe out, and freeing this person that's tied up, currently having their blood drained through a cut on their wrist.
Okay. Galen, what would you like to do? You're kind of shuffling through this hole in the wall.
I will move in and to the right of Steve.
Yep.
Yep. As I move in, like with the room, do I notice, like I obviously see the boat and all that sort of thing, but going from earlier encounters and experiences, is the boat itself more a tool as a statue, as in, do I notice anything around the room?
The room is empty. It is bare. The only thing in this room are the various torches and candles and this huge statue.
Okay. And this person that's looking at us is like, we saw the blood on their hand going into their hand. Was it a human hand or was it?
It's a human, yes.
Like, yeah.
It's a human. It's a human female.
Okay. What are you doing to that person?
What I always do to the people who come here, sacrifices have to be made for greater power. Surely, one as distinguished as you, what are you, a wizard, a sorcerer? You know what the sacrifices are needed for power?
Ah, indeed, magic missile.
Nice. And it begins.
Go on then. What's your roll your damage?
Holy shit. That is 9 plus 3, 13, 12 damage.
Oh, well done.
Nice.
Good hit. So as you fire your magic missile across the room, each one hits. She reels back, brandishing her coat, and you see as the cloak parts that she's wearing some kind of leather armor, tatters of leather armor, strips of armor underneath this kind of robe. And although the magic missiles made her take a step backwards, she kind of rears her head up and she has a really kind of nasty grin on her face. So, you wish to play? That is good. With her turn, she gets a reaction. She holds out her hand, not the one holding a blood dagger, just the normal hand, towards you, Galen, and she starts to squeeze. With that, can you make a con save, please? Of 17.
Oh no, that's a 12.
Okay, so you start to feel the. Ooh. By the way, audience, if the music is too loud, do shout. You start to feel your blood racing through your body, and then as your heart starts to pump faster and faster, and then at the back of your mouth you get that taste of blood, and as you're breathing in your nose you smell the taste, that kind of the iron taste, but the iron smell of blood, and then you realize you're dripping. Your nose is starting to drip. Then you realize as you're looking around, your eyes, you keep blinking, they're filling up, and your vision is getting like a red glaze. Oregon, you see Galen, his nose is pouring with blood out of his kind of dragon snout area, and his eyes are just filling up with blood as they start to pool and then tear down his face.
Being a spellcaster as well.
Dave, the chat said the
Too high.
volume's a little, yeah.
Let's get that down. Let's try
So
that.
being a spellcaster as well, and particularly having some spells that are concentration,
Yeah.
would I have the opportunity of seeing if I believe this to be a concentration effect that she's doing on Galen?
It is.
Okay. So I know the quickest way to break that concentration is to attack rather than trying to heal Galen, because otherwise it's just going to continue. So I'm not changing my previously stated course, getting to her as quickly as I can and laying about some damage with my battle axe.
Okay. It is now your go.
Okay, I close the rest of the distance, and as I do so, I am equipping my battle axe and my hand axe, and I would like to make a attack, if I may. I'm gonna run up with battle axe. I'm gonna lead with an underhand swing, try and catch her torso, and then with the hand axe do an overhand chop onto her shoulder, and I'm just going to try and hit her as hard and fast as possible in order to break that concentration. So the battle axe is going to hit armor class of 12.
She has an armor class of 13.
Okay, so battle axe misses, just clings off of one of them straps that she's wearing underneath her cloak.
Yeah.
And the hand axe, being the smaller blade, is going to just take advantage of that strap being knocked aside and hit with an armor class of 16.
Yep.
And that will be 7 points of damage, please.
Okay. That manages to find its way home. You get it like under the ribs.
Hopefully that was painful enough where it might break her concentration. You're going to have to roll and decide that.
I'll do a quick roll. It does. So as she's kind of basically doing a Jedi crush on Galen, because he's Star Killer, so we're gonna use as many Star Wars references as we can on this one. So he uses the Force power to squeeze him. You manage to get that little hand axe up under the ribs, and it stings her enough that she starts to break that concentration. Immediately going down to protect it, but it's wedged in against the bone.
Excellent. I might try something a bit flash next go. That's my turn over.
Okay. Right, it is top of the round. Theo, followed by Smigs. Now, Theo, you're currently making your way through the crack in the wall. You can get through.
All right. I'm gonna move. I want to move as close as I can, and then actually, I want to. Yeah, I don't want to go there. I want to. Can I go? Up one? No, I want to dash past. So I want to move my movement, dash, with my bonus action for cunning action to cut to get there, to where our person who's being attacked right now is.
Okay.
So I can free them while she's fighting.
The person you're looking for.
Yeah.
Is there. I have a mini, but I'm not going to show you the mini just yet.
Okay.
So that is the victim.
So that's my movement, my bonus, and for my action, I want to use my rapier to try to cut. Or I guess I have a dagger. I'm going to use a dagger to try to cut the ropes.
Yep, that's fine. Okie dokie.
Yep.
Smigs.
Okay, I'm gonna move in. I will go all the way in 20, and let's go diagonal 25, 30. Full movement.
Yep.
Actually, one back to the left.
Okay.
One more down. Sorry. Right there.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. Okay. So, I'll be watching. Theo's getting the prisoner uncut.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Galen, like, blood's dripping out of his nose. So I'm gonna keep the distance and pull out the short bow.
Yep.
So I'll take a shot with a short bow, real quick at her.
Go for it.
That's got to hit. That's a 21 to hit.
21 hits. Go for it.
Yeah. 7 points of damage.
7. Okay. Okay. Good. Arrow.
Yep.
Straight in. Makes contact. She's in a lot of pain and definitely seems to be bleeding a lot.
Do I notice any of the blood? Like, does it look like when the blood's coming out? Does it look like any of the blood's like absorbing back in or going anywhere else?
That's what you're going to find out now.
Okay.
So, my go. So, what you see is, let me just switch the view over. There we go. Cool. So what you see is the Oregon. You've got the best view of this. The blood that's coming out from under her ribs over your hand axe. You see the hand axe start to smolder. There is smoke coming off of it as the blood is slowly burning it away as if it's acid. So you've lost your hand axe now. She looks up at you, and again, as she gets hit with this arrow, you see the blood start to move around her like upper chest. It starts to flow up her chin and up into her face. And you just see the blood going into her mouth and up into her eyes. The complete opposite of what happened to Galen. She makes a... spit attack at you. And this is at Oregon.
That's very
a mouthful
rude,
full
Dave.
of blood.
Then like spit it.
Yeah. Right. So we've got that is that's a 19 to hit.
Yep, that is.
Okay. So this blood, basically she's got a mouthful of blood and she spits it straight into your face. Your face, immediately as it hits, it feels and starts to burn. You take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay. Over to Gailing, followed by Oregon.
Don't swallow, Oregon. I noticed that do I see that the axe is smoldering and like.
Yeah, from your vantage point, yeah, you can see it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to. Oh, let's see. I'm going to use. Can I use Mage Hand?
Yeah.
And try and wipe as much of the spit and stuff off Oregon.
Yeah, go on, roll a natural 1, please.
You.
With my Mage Hand. Okay. Oh. Roll. Oh my god, a 16.
16 is fine, yeah. You just
Hang on. No. Yes, no, 16. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you explain what you want to do.
So like, yeah, I like try and clear everything off his face to like so it doesn't like drizzle down into his chain armor or anything like that. It's like use my mage hand to like, flick it free. And then I move around
Yep.
to the top corner near the boat.
Over here.
Yes. And that will be my turn.
Okie dokie. Where are we? Oregon.
I'll shout over. Thank you, Galen. Thank you. I was worried that was going to do some more damage. And I will kiss goodbye to the hand axe, I suppose. I was going to do something, but that's gone. I'll take a 5-foot step back and shoot it with a heavy crossbow, please. I don't want to risk losing my battle axe as well, because that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So I pull the heavy crossbow up, I drop in a quarrel, and I take aim. That is a 16 on the dice, so that's a hit. You said the other class was 13.
Yep.
Yes, that's 19 in total. And it's going to do 11 points of damage.
Ooh. Okay. Good hit.
It was a good hit.
Well done. Right. Straight into the chest. She's still standing. It's the top of the round. We're back to Theo. You're cutting out the hostage.
Yeah. How much more of that do
You're
I
done.
need to do?
You cut.
Okay,
you
great.
Cut for the last of the bonds.
Yep.
Hands and
I
feet.
look back at my my friends who are still fighting. She's standing in the boat or next to the boat?
She's standing in front of the boat.
In front of the boat. Okay. And the boat has like weird thing that looks like liquid is dripping
Well, now
out of it. Or
you've got a
on it?
better vantage point, so you see that there's definitely it was blood and
Yeah.
stained old dried blood inside the
Right.
boat, outside the boat, all over. And inside the boat, you notice small, what appear to be small finger bones. Some still has flesh on them. Others have been eaten or just rotted away to just
Okay.
a small collection, maybe 20, 24
Got it.
finger bones.
All right. Well, sort of seeing some kind of smoldering happening and Oregon sort of take a step back, I would look and go, well, I don't want to lose my rapier, and then I would pull out my short bow and try to aim with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would try to attack. Not gonna happen. I rolled a 2. So,
Better than a
I
one.
seem to be out of practice, it seems. Good fighting, you guys. Keep it up.
So we're gonna put Ash just after Theo. So Ash, you see this very well dressed gentleman cutting your bonds as they all seem to be attacking the one that you know called Usherlux. What do you wish to do? You're still gagged, but your hands are now free.
My hands are free. Do I have any belongings at all?
Not on you, no weapons as such. You've got your normal clothes on, but not your weapons.
Right. But I'm still gagged. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also incensed. So I shoot the well-clad gentleman. What I hope he understands is a thankful look, and then I go straight for a grapple attack against my tormentor.
Okay. So you kind of get up off the ground and go, whoa! Just a shoulder
Yep.
charge. Go for it.
So that's athletics. Ooh, that is a total of 19.
19 hits. So you get a grapple. Roll 1d6 and get some just damage as you pile this person onto the floor. What do you want to do when they got on the floor?
Well, the thought that is going through Ash's head is to create some balance here, so it is basically to sever her fingers too, because she's taken some of mine.
Well, you can see in her hand
So
she's
if I
holding
can-
this blood dagger. She's still got that in her hand.
Yeah, that'll do. I try to take that off if I can, when I can. A 2.
Right, so you go to grab the dagger and you start to struggle with that, and she's not exactly fighting back, but you manage to get your hand on the blade of this blood dagger and just kind of squeeze it. Your hand just goes straight through it as if it's liquid, and it just bursts like as if it's a water balloon. So all the liquid just pours all over you.
Ooh, I can't. You're good. I guess that's me.
Okay, that's
Is
you
there-
done. So we're over to Smigs, followed by me, please.
Okay, so is this a situation where am I observing like as an item attacks this enemy, is that item damaged or stuck, or are we able to attack? And
I would say you didn't see Oregon's hand axe like melt, but so far everyone is backing off, apart from this other person who's now jumped on the captive, has now jumped on this person in the robe and struggling with them. Everyone else, even Oregon, has backed off and is doing long range attacks.
okay, is this person that's grappling with them on their back, or is it just, are they holding them?
The cloak figure's on their back, and the one, as you will come to know as Ash, is on top.
Okay,
And you just see them
Alright.
fight over a dagger, and as Ash grabbed the dagger, it just turned to liquid.
all right. You'll see Smigs like dart across the room, so I just want to basically dart like straight across the room.
Yep.
And I've still got my short bow in my hand, and you'll just hear Smigs yell, "Don't move!" And that little eye, that red eye, will light up. I'll unleash one.
Nice.
Sharpshoot on that one. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
6 points of damage, piercing.
Okay. Nice. Again, another. She's got these she's trying to fight off her attacker now. She's trying to fight back with Ash. She's got another crossbow bolt or arrow to the chest. My go. She looks at you, Ash, as you're fighting. She just looks up at you, and she grins, and her mouth just opens up wide, and all this, you see all the blood all over her teeth. Her eyes are now just gleaming with blood behind them, or the whites of her eyes are now just fully red and full of blood. And You can feel her body is shaking underneath you. And for one last time, she looks at you and she says, "I'll see you in Charon's boat once more." And her eyes, it's like Superman's heat vision, comes out and hits you in the face. And then as she moves across, she beams, because she's on the floor, she beams Oregon and Smigs as these two laser beams from her eyes shoot out and burn holes in the walls and hit Oregon and then hit Smigs. These are not lasers, but these are red beams of acid blood which have been shot out and burning everyone. Now I'm going to roll to hit on each of you separately.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a dex save throw, but fine.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying, yep.
That's better for me because my dex save throw's crap.
So
I'm
Ash,
glad I moved.
it's a 14.
I have 15 with scale mail, so if I have my scale mail, that's miss.
That's fine, it's your weapons that were taken. So that misses you. Oregon. That is a natural 20.
Yeah, well, that hits then, yes.
Smigs. That is a 16.
Damn it, it hits.
Okay. So. Oregon. That is 19 points of damage as these
Oh my god.
these beams hit you. Okay, and just cast across you. 19 points of damage. Smigs. 14 points of damage as these blasts cuts away into you.
I'm hurting
And
bad.
with that, the one that Ash knows as Usherlux just seems to die and stop moving.
Wait, what?
She's just laying there, her head to the side. The blood that was pooling up into her face is now just slowly dripping and running onto the floor.
Wow.
Ah, Oregon, are you alright? I'm hurting bad.
I drop to one knee and just breathe heavily for a minute.
Ah, feels like my guts are burning.
I'll crawl over to Smigs and I'll dump 10 hit points from lay on hands on Smigs.
Okay, go for it.
Awesome. So that's 10 HP up.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, buddy. That feels better. I'll get up, kind of pick up my short bow, put it on.
What the hell was that thing?
Yeah, I would walk over and poke it with my
That was the
rapier.
episode 2 cliffhanger, but we didn't get there.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, is it? She gone?
I hope so. I don't think I could stand many more rounds with her. What? Do you know what it was? I've never seen such a creature.
I would look at our the stranger in our midst and go, well, perhaps this person would know.
Yeah,
Are you
just-
okay?
She, because it is a she, doesn't respond at first. She's standing, just breathing hard, looking down at this figure of her dead tormentor on the ground, or hopefully dead. You see a woman, human, in her possibly 50s. It's difficult to tell underneath all the blood and the dirt that is smeared over her face. Gray hair, which was probably really neatly braided at some point, but it's just torn and frayed and in a complete mess. Her robes that she's wearing over her skin mate looked like they were cleaned and crisp and white not too long ago, but they're not anymore. They are more red than white than anything else. And as you look at her, she holds up her hands. She looks down at her. How many fingers does she have at this point?
She now has 9 fingers.
9 fingers. And with a decisive movement, she reaches down, if she can, and uses, if she's in the possession of a pocket knife or something similar, otherwise she'll use whatever. She slices off a balance.
Yeah.
A modicum of balance. And she looks over and, as if seeing you for the first time, and say, I thank you, whoever you are. Without you, I would surely been, well, dead or worse. Have you seen my friends? We were 4 altogether.
Oh,
my memory feels broken. There was a room full of chains, and there was a pit in the floor. And I remember 2 of my friends falling into the pit, but they must have made it out. Have you seen them?
There were others here, 2 halflings, Dougal LeVay and Ichiban. They were both merchants. They were in a prison across the other side of the dungeon from here, past that room you described with chains. But I'm afraid I've probably got bad news for you. If you say your friends went down the pit, then I think they're probably dead.
Who were your friends?
We were servants of the same deity. We came here simply to explore. We'd heard so much about this place, this scattered rumors. And we never anticipated these horrors. This is beyond anything that anyone can imagine. We should never have come here.
Do you know what this thing was?
I have no idea. I need to return and study more. I need to understand, because clearly I understand nothing. But I can't go yet. You have made me such a service, and I need to repay in kind. It's the least I can do. How can I help you? Are you injured?
I look over at Smigs and Oregon. Do you need help?
Well, I mean, I could always take a little top off.
Please don't take your top off.
Well, like drinks, like topping it off, like I'm not all the way yet. Oregon helped me out, but sure, hit me.
Is he? Is that? It's very surprising, but never mind. I thank you, and I cast. What can I cast? Cure wounds. It's going to be. So I go over and I touch you, and I close my eyes, and for a total of that'd be 9 hit points.
Okay.
If you can spare another of those, I could do it. There were some heavy hits, whatever she was spitting, and
Of course.
firing out of her eyes did a lot of damage.
Yeah,
I've been sort of cradling the last hit that I took, but you can see my arm and the top of my shoulder is pretty red raw and burnt.
I walk over to you and I place my hands on your arm and I cast your wounds again. That's better. That's a total of that's 13 hit points.
Thank you very much.
And like I said, it's the least I can do after what you've done for me. If you're not arrived when you did and done what you did, I cannot imagine. Can I help you?
Well,
So,
sorry.
no, go.
Yes. We, as you probably have gathered, are also venturing through these dungeons, as you said, chasing rumors. How, and he sort of thinks of how to phrase it. How were you captured by this woman here?
My memory is fuzzy, but I can only conclude that it was with the aid of magic. I mean, I myself and my friends, we were formidable warriors and priests alike. And these kinds of creatures and villains shouldn't have been much of a resistance, or so we thought, but something happened to our minds. Something overcame us.
So 2 of your friends fell in the pit. What happened to the 4th?
Because if it were, I remember seeing 2, but as soon as we entered the room with all the chains and I just turned my head away. All the chaos, all the disorder. It cannot be. I must stop it. That is what I must do. I must join you. I can feel it now. It makes sense. If I can create and establish some order to this utter, abominable chaos, then will have done right. Will you let me accompany you?
We plan to go deeper into the dungeons. I want to make sure that you know what that would mean. We may find more of these warriors that you speak of. If you wish to come, I will not turn away your service. But
thank you. But this is what I mean. This presents an opportunity for me to right what is wrong, to repair what is broken, to put some order in the chaos. And you see her as she speaks, she takes the finger she cut off and sort of absent-mindedly sticks in her pocket.
So looking at the room and using my historical knowledge as an archaeologist, can I determine what Chiron and the boat and the obviously sacrificial fingertips in the boat are for the purpose?
Yes. So Chiron is one. It's like the boatman taking souls to another side, and for whatever reason, Ursulax thought that maybe a blood sacrifice of some kind would do something. You got to pay
Can
the
we
boat,
tell?
pay the ferry.
Yes, indeed. So in saying that, I move over and cut off a finger as well from Ursulax and deposit it in the boat.
Okay, so you're gonna, from the still body of the cult person, you cut off one of the fingers.
Yep.
You drop it into the boat.
Does anything happen?
No, nothing happens.
Well, that's a good thing.
You might be onto something though, Galen. Although the story may have been twisted over the years. Maybe a sacrifice is required, just not a blood sacrifice.
Let's try a gold coin.
oh,
Can I make a religion check to see if I've heard of Chiron or what sort of sacrifices are usually? Because people obviously make offerings at funerals and things like that, with hope of then ushering their loved ones into the next realm. Is there any stories associated with Chiron about what would have been a typical offering? If I make a religion check.
If you want, make the check and we'll do it.
I will assist him in his check.
Good call. Much better. That's a 20. not natural.
It's always good to talk through the
A
problems. So
dirty 20.
you two just kind of start discussing the char run and what the significance of these offerings could be. But it can be anything. So it can be riches, it could be blood, it could be a life sacrifice. Whatever people are willing to give as a blessing to make sure that either their soul or souls of their loved ones who have passed are taken to where they need to go.
Okay,
And
so
was there another exit or entry into this room?
Yep. So this room, you see on the left wall over here. Let me switch cameras so I'm pointing at things and the audience can't see. Let me switch. Bump, bump. Here we go. So you came in through here, through let's call it the south. On the west wall, you see another passage. However, there's no light on the other side of this tunnel. Okay, so this side is dark. Over here, you see a tunnel going up a corridor. And over here, you see a corridor going into a small room. So this one is a corridor that leads to some stairs and just keeps going on as far as you can see. This is all lit with sconces and torches and everything else. And then there's a room in here as well.
Okay, can I move to the doorway and see what's in that room?
Okay.
while Galen does that, I'd like to take a coin from my inventory, a gold coin, and place it on the prow of the boat, and then say a quiet prayer to the owners of the various finger bones in the bottom of the boat.
Yep.
And hope that if they're no longer alive, that they have a swift path to wherever it is they wish to go in the afterlife.
I'll follow Galen into the room there.
Always worries me when he starts to bring out the miniatures.
So it looks to, from initial inspection, it looks like some kind of storeroom. The other corridor just goes up some stairs. On the other side of the storeroom, you can see a flight of stairs going up.
Another flight of stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Galen, what do you think? I love these storerooms. We can maybe find some goodies.
Hearing
start-
that, I walk over.
Yeah, I'm gonna start like trying to rummage through, I guess, the various crates and see if there's anything I can find.
I want to help. And by help, I mean do the other side of the room.
Right, so who's in there? Where are we? So, Theodore,
Yeah.
you're in there. Smigs, you're in there. Let's jump you up. You're in there.
Yeah.
Oregon,
Smith is
you're in here
upside
with-
down
with-
in one of the
with
boxes.
Yeah, I'm upside down in a
Yeah,
box.
we can see his feet kicking
His
back
feet
and
kicking
forth
out.
with glee.
Ash, are you talking to Oregon, or Oregon, are you talking to Ash?
Yeah. So Ash, what deity do you follow? You mentioned that you came here with other members of your sect.
We are followers of Tyr. I'm sure you're familiar with
Yes.
the
I've heard.
doctrine.
So, what were you hoping to find here exactly?
Anything of value, be it knowledge or gold, that we could bring back to our temple. We thought it'd be abandoned or near abandoned. But we were clearly mistaken. But you yourself are one of a faith, are you not?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And may I ask who you follow?
Cause. I'm a follower of Cause.
Hmm.
I am also a member of, I won't say the police, but law dealers. And this place is a renowned haven for treasure seekers. I mean, the rest of my party members are here for their own reasons. We sort of were thrown together by chance to a certain extent. You know, I can't fault people for wanting to make a living but there are some treasure seekers that do more harm than good. Places like this can be a haven for evil, and if that evil is disturbed and unleashed, then it can in turn harm the local populace and villages nearby. So, I've come here potentially seeking someone, but more to the point, preventing any evil that may exist here from spreading out and doing more damage.
A noble and wise course of action.
Yes.
Very commendable. I give you a respectful nod.
We're going to cut to the guys in the storeroom.
Yep.
While the two of you are chatting in the boat room, everyone in the storeroom are rummaging through the boxes and things. Basically, it is a storeroom. The chamber contains small casks of water, preserved meat, bread, veg, and it's all kind of stacked up in boxes and barrels and everything. Until suddenly, one of you springs a trap. You pick up an item, and it's attached to a piece of string. The string clicks, and both entrances, portcullis traps, come down. Either side.
So the door, you're saying?
Yeah, so the doorway is now a portcullis here, and where the stairs are is now a portcullis. So 3 of you are now trapped inside the storeroom.
100% it was me, but I'm going to say it was Smigs.
Yeah. So I'm popping out of a box with a big chunk of meat in my mouth. I'm like, looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
And I go, what were you doing as the sort of thing? What have you done? Knowing that I picked up the thing with the string and I've already put it back.
He was taking the hobbits to Isengard.
What you
okay.
All right.
3 of you are trapped.
Oh.
Oregon, Ash.
As they come down, does anything else seem to happen, or is it just blocked us off?
No, you're just blocked. You're stuck in the room.
Okay. Okay, in that case, I use mold earth to basically remove and destroy the rock around that holds the portcullis.
Okay, which portcullis?
The one back into the main room.
The one near you. Okay. So you start to do that. You realise that for whatever reason, this portcullis is really long. The bars go high, but you manage to move enough of it that it all just... how do you want to do it? Just break away and fall down flat?
Yeah. Basically, making sure that Smigs and Theodore are not in the road.
Falls over, crushes Smigs.
Yeah, well, it's going to fall on the outside if you're doing this one anyway. So it's going to fall this way. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh. I am so glad that you're on this journey with us. And I dust my hands off like I did something, and then I walk out the room.
Yeah. Great job, Galen.
And I'm still just like eating
As
I'm climbing out of the boxes.
Can we see the like after, like, now that we can walk out, is there like any purpose in trapping someone in here?
I would suggest it was to do with stopping thieves taking the food.
No.
Insight.
Okay, then the other one, the stairs went up, right? The other direction, past the other portcullis.
Yeah.
So, was that... Do you guys think that's the way out normally?
Are the other steps in the other hallway also leading up or down?
Yeah.
They're going up.
Ah, so but the hallway below us is also going up.
Yep.
Interesting. Shall we investigate those stairs first, or should we do the what was the passageway the other side of Oregon blocked? Was it?
It's just dark.
It's just
As
dark.
it's like
We
dark
don't know what's
tunnel.
on it.
That one. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll
just
I'll
dark.
take a look down there before we move on, using dark vision to see if I can see if it goes anywhere, please.
It appears to go around a corner. So
Okay,
you
and
can't see
it
much.
looking at the map, it appears to be a more roughly hewn cavern type corridor rather than the work stone.
Correct.
Okay. This maybe goes off deeper into an unfinished part of the dungeon. I guess it looks like unworked stone. Maybe a construction tunnel that was dug to another chamber that was still a work in progress. I can't see too far down. It sort of snakes around a corner. I suggest we go the other way. Check out where the stairs go.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Oregon. I mean, we go through a crack. We're fighting a blood witch. I'm not going through another crack. We're going upstairs.
I just got like a giant like chicken leg or something. I'm still carrying it.
It's
Uppy
so
leg.
salted so that it doesn't
Yeah.
go bad.
Yeah, just covered in salt.
The portcullis that fell down.
Yep.
Was it a series of long straight rods with
Yep.
spears at the end, or was it a crisscross arrangement?
No, it had bars going across, but most of it was a typical portcullis. It had pointed things. You didn't see it at all. It was really, really well hidden.
Yeah.
But now you can see the holes it's made in the floor as it's crashed through.
I was just thinking if it was long straight bars with the spear tips on the end, I could try and break them off and use it as a metal spear as a weapon.
Could do. Yeah,
I'd
there's some
like to do
banding,
that.
horizontal banding going across, but you could do.
Thinking.
Yeah, I'd like to try and do that, please.
Okay. So it's going to take you
When
a
I
while
see
to do
the
that.
Oregon, Sorry.
What I'll do is I'll use Sacred Flame very close up as a way of heating the horizontal bands, so then they go soft enough that I can chop it with my battle axe and break one off.
Okay. Good idea. Saves time.
I didn't think of that, but when I see Oregon do that, because I'm also weaponless, I join in the effort.
I was actually doing it for you.
Oh. I just start on another one. It's like, it's good thinking.
Feeling slightly embarrassed now that Ash has done it himself. I don't want to embarrass him, so I'll keep that one from me. Okay, everyone ready? Shall I take the lead or Smig, seeing as there's now some traps around?
Yes.
Do you want to
Yeah.
head up first?
I'll definitely take the lead as I kind of round that corner. I'll just start kind of going up the stairs.
Yeah.
I also want to be on the lookout for just like dust that has been like really moved, or like maybe dirty footprints that have been recent. Like I'm trying to see if people are like, how many people are like moving through this area as we walk.
And this stairs corridor is not lit or anything, right?
The stairs is, yeah.
Oh, it's lit. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
All of this area is lit. All of this. So
Okay.
what you can
Yep.
see is lit.
So I'll just cautiously walk up the stairs.
You're going these stairs or the stairs from the room.
Yep.
Okay. So what you see at the top of the stairs is some more stairs. So you get to a corridor on the left, which here we go. So I'll bring this down so you can see better.
Okay.
Tell me when it's good for you.
It's good.
I assume we're all following him, and you're
Yeah.
just making it easy and only moving one minute, yeah?
Yep. Well, you can do a marching order if you want to, but if you're all going to go the same way, we'll do that. So
Yeah.
when you get to here, you can see there's on your left there is a corridor, and what appears to be another corridor here, and some kind of cage here, and then the corridor continues down a bit more and ends at another crisscross and a door at the very end of the corridor.
Okay. And then directly in front of me, you're saying is more stairs?
More stairs going up. Yep.
All right. Everybody's behind me at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it looks like
We'll keep them here, but yeah, you're up there.
we got a little corridor with some smaller rooms.
I'm still eating.
Or we can continue to make our way up. What do you all want to do?
Go left.
Well, left it is.
And
One of my,
I'll turn off, and like right as I turn off left, I want to look real quick to the right to see into that first corridor.
Okay. So the corridor takes
That's the corridor we was at.
We've been there. Yeah. Yeah, we've been in the prison.
Yeah.
So we know the prison's there.
Oh,
This is
the
just the
prison.
other side of the prison.
Yeah.
We stood at the end of that corridor when we was clearing the cells out. Yeah.
And we cleared the cells out. So he's got the cells covered up, but that's where the cells are.
Huh.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'll just yell back to the group that it's the jail. It's the jail cell. We've
I don't like that he's keeping it covered up. I think that we maybe investigate it again.
Maybe we circled around. Who's the navigator here? Which probably should be
in
me.
front.
So there's a door.
I
There's a
thought
door.
it
I'm
was you,
leading.
Snakes.
Yeah, I thought it shouldn't really be me. So sorry, everybody. Seems like I've got us lost here.
And I'm just like nervously fumbling around with like little papers in my hand now that I'm like scribbling on because I'm like trying to take notes about like where we are. And I'm just like kind of looking around. I am going to go a little bit further in to the corridor. And I'm assuming now I'm seeing the big porticus on the left that would have slammed down from the stairs going up.
So this thing here is bars of a cage. The portcullis that was in this room is across here.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Okay.
he's moved up to that point, looking down the
Yeah.
stairs.
So I moved up to that point, and I'll continue to kind of look around in like what seems like embarrassment. Okay, so it feels like we're on like the other side maybe of where.
Yeah, that's how I would understand it.
Okay, so at this point do I see anything in the little room that's or little alcove there that's on the right?
So this appears to be there's like a straw mattress in there. Someone may have used this as a prison cell. They may have used it as just a bed, a sleeping area. The cage is open.
Okay, I'll walk in to that room.
Yep.
And
I will walk up. I'll follow him. But
I want to just
will
kind of
hold the
investigate
door
around.
open.
I just want to investigate around to see if there's anything that's shiny or anything that I can find.
Okay.
That
Do a perception check for me then.
my specialty. Too bad. That's a 19.
Okay, you do. So as you're looking around and looking around the walls, you kind of kick over the straw and stuff. It's not even on a mattress. It's just straw on the floor. And just as you turn around to Galen, you get your red eye picks up a little twinkle, ding, and you see what appears to be, as you get closer, in bricks, and you've got cement, the mortar. Like there's a bit where there's no mortar in there. There's no cement, and there's something glinting. You put your fingers in and you pull out what appears to be an elven brooch.
Elven brooch.
Fancy.
Oh, nice.
So I'll pull it out.
Galen,
Da-da-da-da.
look what I found. Some kind of a shiny pin.
and I go to stick it on myself, but I like prick myself a little bit. But I'll hand it over to I'm gonna hand it over to Galen and see if maybe he knows anything about that.
Do I notice anything with my historical background?
Nope, it's a nice looking pin. It is made of silver and mithril wire set with blue spinels. There's only 2 of the original 5 gems, so 3 of the gems are now missing. But there's sockets for gems, but 5 of them are still there. I'm going to tell you how much it's worth. It has a value of 200 gold pieces. But Smigs, you tell me what it looks like.
Ooh.
What the brooch looks like? Yeah, so it's like, yeah, so it is like a large leaf, almost like kind of like a maple leaf. And right in the center of it is like sort of a floral type design where the gems are kind of going kind of around that.
Yeah. That's nice.
And then kind of on the back side of all that, there's like a nice slender looking almost dagger.
What, as the pin? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is your pin. It has a value of 200 gold pieces.
Love it.
Good find.
Awesome. Okay, I will take it and I'll actually pin it on myself.
Yeah, that's fine. You got your straps of your armor.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, you take a liking to it.
Oh yeah, I love it. I pin it right on me.
Yeah, sure, I'm having that.
When Theodore finally like walks over there and like sees that, he's just gonna take a mental note.
He's clocked it straight away. He's like,
Yeah. And I'm just looking straight at it.
As Theodore walks up and I see this, like, I'm getting to know these glints in Theodore's eyes when he starts to see treasure, and I've gone, "Happy birthday, Schmegs. Just wanted to get you something nice." And I make the fuss of, like, rearranging his pin on his shirt.
I'm gonna roll an insight on that. 17.
yeah, you know something's going on.
Yeah. And I'm totally into it, still just looking at Theodore like,
Yep, right here. Birthday.
Love it. Are we going to continue down the hallway anytime soon?
Yeah, sure.
As we're
Maybe I can
doing
find
this
some more birthday
cards.
presents.
I love it.
yeah, I'm pretty happy. So I'll scurry out of the room around the corner and further down the corridor.
Okay, let me just switcheroo. Okay, so you want to continue down here, yeah? This way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you get to a crossroads. A crossroads that ends at a door. So you want to go this way. Here, you can obviously see it has just collapsed in on itself, this tunnel, or whatever it was.
Okay.
It's a dead end, and it's just collapsed. Here is a door, and here is a corridor, which is going into some kind of room with what appears to be a blue glow. Sorry, not blue, green.
A green glow.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
All right. Yeah. At this point, I'm definitely going to take pause.
2 bad things: weavy daggers and green glows.
Yeah. Is the door? Does the door appear? Well, I'm gonna walk up to the door. I'm not gonna open it, but I am going to try to see, is the door locked or not.
I'm following Smig, so I'm like 5-10 feet behind him.
So you get there and you realise the door is kind of the door is not closed, but the door frame itself is just warped. So it is putting pressure on that door. Even if you wanted to, you cannot open that door. It's just completely warped around it.
Okay.
And what is the frame? What is the frame made of?
Oh.
It's all stone.
Oh.
Here we go again.
What do you have, Oregon?
I have just the thing for opening warped doors.
Yes.
And I step up, spitting into both my hands, rub them together, and then I shall pull out my freshly harvested metal spear that I forged or took from the portcullis, and I'll jam one end of it into one side of the door and start levering with all my might.
Okay.
I'm just going to try and pop it enough off its hinges so whether it's warping the frame causes the door just to crack.
I'm gonna
Okay, and then
do a strength check for me as well.
Yeah.
okay, as he's doing this I'm assuming this is making a lot of noise. So
Oh yeah.
I will like kind of scurry around the corner in front of the corridor that we can't see in, that we see the glow coming from. I'm not going in there, just kind of right there.
Yeah.
And I'll just take a knee and pull out my short bow and just sort of watch to ensure something doesn't come
Yeah.
out from there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
help Oregon?
I can go right behind Galen.
Oh,
Backflip.
Ash, what would you like to do with your new compatriots?
Can I aid Oregon in his attempt?
If you want to, yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, get in there.
Right, I've already rolled a dirty 20, so I'll
Yeah.
roll again, see if I can get higher.
Nice.
That is a natural 20.
Excellent.
So as
Excellent.
Ash
Good
steps
job.
over. Okay. So, the good news, you forced the door open.
I don't like how you started that.
Yeah, I like how you said
bad news.
Sadly, the bad news is because the lintel had collapsed, all the stones above the rocks just start to rain down on you, and you two, Oregon and Ash, are right underneath it. Both of you take 10 bludgeoning damage as these huge pieces of stone just whack into you.
Great success. Oh!
You cheer, like, yeah! And then suddenly it all just collapses, and just the rubble just smashes into your legs as it hits the floor and bounces over.
Oh no.
So, inside, you now see another room. Let's try and get a better view of it for you there. It's way over there. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
Better not
Yeah,
be a
it's
frog
good.
statue.
Oh no, there's a little there's another way into that room.
There's another way into the room, yes. Patience is a virtue. So,
Ripping doors off dungeons is a privilege, so, you know.
Yeah, we made a great entrance.
so were you both going in? Is
Yeah.
everyone going in?
Yeah, I'll go in.
I'm staying outside.
Yeah, I'm
But
staying outside as well, covering the whole
I do want to look for any more traps in the room while I'm in here.
Okay. So,
Because I've realized we don't check for traps enough.
well, technically that one wasn't a trap. That was just
Right.
it was already damaged, and you forced it open. So
No,
the
I
lintel
think
was
it's
there to
also
keep it
myself. I've
Yeah.
realized that I've gotten really greedy and set off that last trap. So it's probably me just knowing that if I'm not careful. That's a 17.
down. Okay. Good roll. Right. Let me give you a quick description first. You the room, you realise as you've kind of crudely knocked through the wall, the opening, you're staring into the sunken eyes.
Of a giant frog.
The sunken the sunken-eyed, chiseled-toothed face of a giant rat. Well, at least that's what it appears to be, until you realise it's a statue of some forgotten rat-shaped minor deity or demon. other than a few candles that are placed on the statue's dais, the room is empty. There are polished carnelian set into the statue's eye sockets glitter in the candlelight. Now, as you're looking around, Theo, what was your roll?
17.
Okay. You definitely suspect this is a trap of some kind.
I'm gonna put my hands out and go, oh, there's something odd about this, and I'm not quite sure if we would get close to that statue or mess with it in any way. There's not much else in the room. This just seems very suspicious.
I only came in here in case Ash's equipment was here.
Yes. Well,
I don't want to encounter one of those magical god statues again, so if that's what this is, then yes, I think we should beat a hasty retreat.
all right. And right, I'm gonna turn around and go, oh, it would have been nice to grab those eyes off that statue, though, as I'm walking out, so that Smigs may hear.
Okay, you're walking back out the door, yeah? Not the door.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going back out the door.
As you walk out the door,
Oh
no.
you hear under your foot, you feel a kind of depression, like a click.
I set the trap on myself. That's great.
Oh no.
And we'll find out what happens after the break. We're going to take a quick break there, folks. We're just going to take 5 minutes just to get drinks and snacks and everything else. And then we'll find out what Theo has just done.
He set the trap off in the room. It's me and Ash that are going to suffer.
Yeah.
It could well be. Right, so we'll be back in about 5 minutes, probably less, but we'll see you again in a second. Bye-bye. Okay, we are back, everybody. Thank you for waiting and hanging around. We're back. So we have our special guest player this week is Eric Jorgensen from Midnight Tower. The Midnight Tower is a duo. So it's him and his wife, Tove, who basically make some fantastic stories, 5e inspired, very kind of Dungeons and Dragons. But we're going to ask Eric all about it. So Eric, while I set up the screens, and we'll have some of your bits and pieces on the side, tell us, where did Midnight Tower, what was the reason behind Midnight Tower?
Good question. So where did this start? I think it started back in 1999 when we were traveling, Tove and I, with our daughter in Asia. And one evening we just started to come up with this idea for a realm in which we could play our adventures, because up until that point they'd been all over the shop. And so we, as you do, when you're sitting in like 40 degrees, you start to draw up a map of an Arctic landscape and things like that. So we started to develop a world, and that we kept playing in that world with our game group, this in Sweden, for about another 20 years. And this map just grew and grew and grew, and by now it's ridiculously large. And in 2019, but actually, very early 2019, we started to publish adventures on Drive-Thru-RPG, because that's fun. We just thought we never really written and published anything, but obviously today it's much easier than it would have been 20 years ago. So we thought, hey, let's actually do something, semi-professional looking with all these adventures running. So we started doing that, and then in late 2019, we thought, let's run a Kickstarter for one of these adventures and see what happens. And a lot happened, because it turned out that we started to interact with lots and lots of people. There was, the first Kickstarter was just way beyond what either of us expected. It was just crazy. And we also started to communicate with a lot of people about this, so asking questions like, hey, what happens here? What goes on over here? What's the story behind this place? And, what's the history? And I guess this was a real creative boost, because we turned to do this pretty much with all our spare time. And that's where we are. We are now planning our 7th Kickstarter.
Yeah. So your current one, which is Secrets of the Drow trilogy.
Yes.
The Kickstarter. So I've met Eric and Tove. I think just before it launched, and we got you on to do a Q&A. So if you're interested in a Q&A, folks, do check that out. youtube.com/bandofbadgers. Hey, got to plug it somewhere. It was a great interview, and they were really kind, and they sent over a selection of books. These books are beautiful. All the artwork is hand-drawn, the maps, the characters, the NPCs. It's all done by various kind of artists who have been commissioned for things. The stories are their own, and as you say, you go to Drive-Thru-RPG, and you can order them in paperback and hardback. And the hardback editions are gorgeous. They're really, really nice, and some fantastic adventures. And the biggest thing that I like most is that each adventure takes you up another couple of levels. So with the very first adventure, you go level 1. So each book, you can just have this one grand adventure, and as you grow. But the Drow trilogy is, you've kind of gone back, improved it, extra commissions, more artwork, more content, more pages. And has that been your most successful Kickstarter so far?
Yes, by far. I mean, the response was just, we just spent a month looking at the screen in complete disbelief. It's like, what is going on here? It was, I'm still reeling.
It was obviously because we had you on to do the Q&A. That was it.
That was it. That was the peak of it.
That was it.
Thank you for that. And also thank you for all your kind words. But that was really something else. I'm still sort of trying to come to grips with that, but we're also doing, as you may have noticed, the kind of George Lucas way of counting: 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So we're kind of going backwards trying to catch up with the first adventures that were released only as PDFs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit confusing. Sorry.
Steve's just put the link for the late pledges into live chat as well. We'll try and put it into the comments section below for YouTube. So I backed the latest Kickstarter, the Drow Trilogy, which looked stunning. Really excited to kind of get my hands on it. I got the code yesterday, or was it today? I can't remember. The days kind of blur. So I'm just hoping, within maybe 2 or 4 weeks, I should have my physical copy shipped over. Did they print in the UK, or do they print in the States and then send it over?
They print in the UK and the States.
Oh, right.
Which
okay.
is, it's really convenient. They have, I think those two are the biggest ones, but I've heard that they do actually work with other printers as well. So it makes it so that a lot of people can get their copies very quickly. So
yeah,
it's everything's print on demand. So that's the benefit of using this approach. It can be a bit confusing because you pay like some upfront and then you pay another sum to drive through RPG for the actual printing. But that's the base cost, so it's usually fairly low.
Yeah.
But then you also get the book typically rather quickly.
Yeah. And these things look gorgeous. We got a shot of the book display that you had going on in one of the shops. They are stunning. I mean, this looks up there. You see the covers that we've got for D&D books, and you've got D&D books, and then you got your books. So that must have been quite a crowning achievement just to kind of go, you know what, that's mine. Like we did that.
Yeah, for sure. There's both Tove and I are Swedes, and there's a science fiction, a fantasy bookstore. It's fairly huge, and it's like the shop in Sweden. And when we managed to get it on the shelves there, that felt like that was it. I can check out now. I can expire. Yeah. It's fine. That was it.
It's a bucket list. You're published. It's there. But one of the best things is seeing people picking up your books because they are that good. I'm not saying that out of just because when I've met Eric and Tove, I read their books, then I backed their stuff. I hadn't known who they were before, and it's only through meeting on various like socials, and then I got in touch and said, "Yeah, do you want to do an interview? Check this. This is what we do." And it was great.
Stunning.
Yeah, the artwork in here, the collection of stories, they are beautiful. They are. I keep saying this to both Tove and Eric. But I'm saying that these are very gentle stories. They're really, really nice. It's a fantastic, proper fantasy adventure stories, all of these together. So do check them out. If you have any questions, audience, do let us know. Do fire them across.
I've got a question.
Go ahead.
Don't.
You can ask. You can ask Steve. Cool.
Right, thank you. So you mentioned you're preparing for your seventh. I can't say that word. Your seventh Kickstarter.
Yes.
What is it, if I can ask, and when is it out?
Right. So this one is going to be a bit special. So it is going to be launched on the 22nd of March.
Okay.
Which is way too soon, obviously. We haven't got a pre-launch page up yet, but if you head over to midnight-tower.com and you join the Midnight Tower, that's our newsletter, you'll be kept up to speed with everything that happens, and you'll be notified on the launch. It is going to be a mystery adventure inspired by Jane Austen.
Cool.
So what does that mean? Well, I think most people will have some kind of image coming, being evoked in their minds. It's going to be rather different. There'll be quite a lot of interaction. There will be mysteries and a few surprises in there too. It's something we looked forward to doing for quite some time, just to see if we can pull it off. So, fingers crossed.
Have you got? Do you have a plan B? So there's the plan to go for this kind of mystery. It's very role play heavy. It's very kind of solving those clues and asking the right questions to get those interactions. And where we've seen, I've read the other books, we have more traditional adventure. So what was the reason for doing this? I know we've spoken to Tove and we've had chats off camera and stuff like that, but for the audience, what was the what was the creative reason? Is it just because there's an itch that needs to be scratched here?
No, well, that is one reason maybe, but because we're both big fans of Austen and her stories, but there is a depth to her stories that can be explored. There is an atmosphere to her books, which we're hoping to kind of recreate with the Dungeons and Dragons flair, obviously in the mix too. So it wouldn't be a complete departure from what Dungeons and Dragons is. Quite the opposite. It's going to be Dungeons and Dragons, but inspired by Jane Austen stories.
So this is basically has a very kind of Pride and Prejudice theme, kind of not exactly a period, but that kind of because weirdly I'm a big fan of Pride and Prejudice and zombies. That's just because I like zombies.
Well, I was gonna say when you said you can picture what I mean, and it was Pride and Prejudice and zombies. I was gonna say you were picturing.
Yes, yeah, it pretty much is. But it's a good book and it's a good film. I really enjoyed it, and that is literally what I was thinking of is it's Pride and Prejudice with Dungeons and Dragons. So you've got an element of like Tove. When you saw the so recently Midnight Tower, both Tove and Eric, they did a video release, so a kind of quick unboxing of their first volumes of the have you got it there? The Secret of Jar trilogy.
I haven't got a copy here, no.
There you go. Where's the latest copy? You got to put that up. And then Tove was explaining that the new thing is. There you go. the new thing is the Jane Austen book, because it's themed around a wedding, and then it was spinning off out of there. So not to give too much away, but do check out their video as well. So what's that was kind of 2021 was busy for you. This Kickstarter has been released in the very early part of 2022. We're looking at the Jane Austen one for spring. What else is coming? What else is on the to-do list?
Yeah, it's not set in stone, but what I can say is there's been a certain demand from a lot of people we talk to, because we try to stay in touch with people who come on board and support the project as much as possible, because we learn so much and we get so much great feedback that we just love having these ongoing conversations. There are two things that have been requested. One is that we get the very first trilogy in print, because like I said, George Lucas counting, we haven't got that in print yet. So we really need to go back and do that and give it a compendium. Then there has been quite a few people asking for a compendium for Eastern Faraway, which is the world in which everything we write is set. It's very easy to take out of that world and put wherever you want to, but we just have that as a platform for everything we write. But I think I've been hundreds of comments along the lines of, yes, but where do I look all these things up? Where's the campaign guide?
Yeah.
One memorable comment was a message was from a dungeon master who contacted us and said, okay, look, my players won't move from this weird stone they found in the forest until they have a thorough explanation of what it is. I've tried to encourage them, but they refuse to leave the site. Please help. It's brilliant. So that is something that I would love to do too. But I can't say for sure exactly what we'll do. It'll be announced.
I think it's always nice. I mean, I know as being an independent, there's time resources. Everyone has a day job as well. You don't do this full time. And then to do, we've got the Jane Austen book coming out, and then to do a reference book, a source material book of this is the world that you live in, or the continent, or everything, just to try to explain all of that. As anyone on any of the big publishers will tell you, that's big. That's 6 months complete solid work. So to try to do that at the same time, as well as do an adventure on top, because people would love the source book, but they also want to see the next adventure. They always want more. So
always want more.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find a way to break those out somehow. Or double the amount of Kickstarters you do, or something. Just get that out there. But
Yeah,
I was going to say, we keep saying how good this artwork is. Some of you have actually checked it out live while we've been watching here. We've got the links, and they've all been saying great things about it.
Can I just, far from me to do a shameless plug about Ardent, because it's not really me in the first place, but looking through the artwork and like just parts of the Secret of the Drow trilogy, we're actually releasing a ton of Underdark material that's going to be coming out that, could possibly, maybe we can organize a stream where you can come along and we can play an adventure with the AR that would suit this.
Ooh.
That sounds tantalizing.
That made me excited, and I have nothing to do with either of those projects.
Yay!
So there you go.
I need to say quickly that the reason Toby does a lot of the artwork, and we are also very fortunate in that we have found some super talented artists that we're working very closely with, and they are a major factor why the books look the way they do.
I'm immediately in love with the covers of your books. So, they are just fantastic, mate. Seriously.
I've got one here, but I can't reach it because I've got a map in the way. So if I go under, I'm going to hit this map and it all goes up in the air. But again, do check them out. It is, Steve, if you can chuck a link into the live chat again, midnight-tower.com. There is an email mailing list they can sign up for as well. Where else are you on socials?
We're on Twitter and on Facebook and on Instagram.
Cool. And on YouTube.
I almost forgot, but it's and it seems the stranger our videos, the more people look at them. So expect the worst.
Yeah, even have the guest cat. And also UK based as well. So Eric and Toby are based here in the UK. But this is the whole point of what it is that we do at Band of Badgers. We're trying to connect people from all over the world. It's a very international show we got here. Clint is all the way from Tomorrow over in Australia. Josh and Randy are both in the States in different areas. Eric is where should I say? Can I say it? Am I allowed to say? Should I say Oxford?
Yeah, sure.
Oxford. There we go. And me and Steve are sort of London. So it's really kind of cool that everyone can kind of connect in this way and play games. So Eric, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.
We're going to head back into our game now because Theodore just set off a trap. Even though he knew there was a trap in the room. So there's a trap in here.
I figured it was that, right?
Set off the trap.
None like a rogue setting off the trap.
Yeah.
I found the trap though, so
yeah, you did.
I tell you what, just for the hell of it, I am going to give you an initiative point for that. Not initiative point, thingy point.
Inspiration
point. Not initiative point.
So he sets off a trap and gets
just because it was
I
funny.
rolled a natural 20 and half the building falls on me.
Yeah.
Guys, I have an idea. Maybe next time we come, we bring a rogue.
It could well be.
We might bring two, Galen,
Smigs,
just in case.
Why don't we just go? Why don't we just go somewhere else?
Yeah. Smigs just looks at Theodore like shaking his head, like.
It is not gonna happen. Right. Let's see if this works. Here we go. So. We left it just as Theodore had left the room, and he felt something under his foot click as the kind of pressure plate went down a fourth and final time because it was clicking as they were going in. So you noticed a hissing sound as suddenly the room starts to fill with this green gas coming up out of the floor, different vents everywhere, but it starts to seep out. It's just billowing past your feet. What does everyone want to do? Let's go with Oregon. I want a quick decision. 5, 4,
I'm going down the crack.
3.
I was waiting for you to finish speaking.
Right, you're going to try and you wedge your way through the crack. You see the hole in the wall, and you just start to wedge your way through. Smigs, you start to see this green, like toxic smoke, to start billowing past your feet. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna grab like a scarf that I've got kind of around, tucked down in my neck, pop it up over my face, and I'm gonna scurry. I'm just gonna run straight into the room,
Straight ahead.
but keeping low, and I'm gonna run straight into the room.
Into the room with the glowing green light.
Yep. I'm running right in there.
I will reveal the room. There we go.
Where you find more poison.
Yeah, well,
the source of the poison.
Yeah. Don't tell him.
We're all diving into the source of the poison. Yeah, as I run, damn you, Theodore!
Okay, so let's see, Theodore. Let's see what you want to do. You've gone through the door. You've set off the trap. You hear that, and then suddenly everything around you starts to fill up with green smoke.
I take my cloak, wrap it around my face, and walk towards the other side of the prison.
Okay, so you're gonna just head
down. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You bump into Galen. What do you want to do with Galen?
I'm gonna push Galen forward. If Galen moves,
Yep.
I'll
if
allow
Galen
him.
Doesn't, I will slip past.
Yep.
Since I was actually going to be backing up and back down the way we came.
Yep.
I will allow him to be pushing me and jostling me as we move together.
Sorry, mate.
Right. So you
No.
Right.
And I just say, that's a bad case of gas you've got there.
And Ash, Oregon's left you in the room.
Yeah.
It's filling up with this green toxic smoke.
I make a beeline for the door that we managed to get away. Yeah, I just head straight out.
Okay, you can see these two going down the corridor. It's slow moving. There's a traffic jam of people. What do you want to do? You can go with them. You can go that way. You can go that way.
I add to the traffic jam, so I just try to make them move faster.
Okay. Then we've got a conga line. There we go. So they're going this way. Right. Everybody makes a Constitution saving throw, please.
Save.
Oh, that's horrible.
Is this poison?
Right.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm happy.
Let's find out first. So Oregon.
Natural 20.
Well
Oh
done.
my god.
Okay, that's a pass.
The next time you make a roll, it's going to be your death. I guarantee it.
I get advantage on poison saving throws, so one was a 3 and one was a nat 20.
That's awesome.
Theo, you're in the middle of the conga.
Yeah, 19.
That's a pass. Galen.
Me too. I rolled a 17, so that's a 19.
Well done. That's a pass. Smigs.
You got a 15.
Oh.
That is a pass. And Ash.
And
So a 10.
yes, I'm afraid so.
Okay.
Oh no!
10 is
Not our
a
healer.
fail.
Oh, no.
10 is a fail. So, you know, like in horror films, this happens. There's a film that came out years ago called Demons, and it was a great film. And there was a bit where they were in the air vents, and it was a boy and a girl, and the boy's in front is crawling through this air vent, and he can hear the monster behind them. It's nails on the vent. He's like, no, quick, it's coming. It's getting closer and closer and closer. He's like, no. And he stops. He goes, right, quick, because it's his girlfriend or something. He's like, get in front. We'll be safe. And if the monster gets, at least you'll be safe. And he's crawling, and then he realizes the sound is in front of him. And just then, his girlfriend turns around. So, Theodore, as you're walking in this kind of conga line, the fumes are all kind of going up all around you now. You had to take a breath, and it burns in your mouth. It's like this acid, it's very kind of toxic, spitting flavour. Galen, you're as well, and you're kind of half blinded as well because you're still suffering from some of the blood effect you had in the earlier event, and you're just being pushed through. However, Ash, you have to take a breath. You are the furthest in, the deepest part of this gas, and you end up, you couldn't hold it in anymore, and you're trying to push through, and then suddenly you go berserk. You are raging, and you just see red, and you attack Theodore. Now you're going to have advantage of this because Theodore has his back to you. He's not expecting it. So you can attack with your makeshift spear that you've got.
Spear.
Thanks, Organ.
You have to make him a spear.
It's a +3 spear, right?
It is now.
+3.
+3 of betrayal.
Yeah.
Definitely tasting that betrayal there.
We've never had a character using a spear. Right, okay, so in my mind, I imagine that Theodore turns out not to be the helpful character I thought he was. He turns out to be yet another one of those who captures and torments people down here. And I shall torment him in kind, I think. So I just stop behind it and raise this massive iron bar, and I try to hit him with, oh, that was so close. Just roll back from a 20.
I'm so glad it rolled back.
That would be 18 altogether.
Oh, it hits.
18 hits, roll your damage.
So I rolled on advantages. You said advantages, right?
Yeah,
with
I
advantage,
think
yeah.
so.
Yeah. Okay.
Not the damage, just the.
Yeah. And for a total of that's 8, I'm afraid.
8 points of damage.
8.
So you can
Yeah.
describe how you hit him, how you attack him.
I try to aim for his neck, thinking that's the most vulnerable point.
Are you like striking or spearing?
I'm probably spearing.
Oh.
Brutal.
Okay, well, you hit him. So Theodore, you're trying to push Galen through and like hurry through, and then suddenly, bam! This spear just catches your neck and rips a big chunk of flesh out of it, narrowly missing like arteries and everything else. You're in a lot of pain, and there's a lot of blood.
And I say, "Made you bleed."
And I'm gonna push harder, trying to get out of the way. Of this
Okay.
guy.
So do a strength check.
I'm
You're
so-
trying to push Galen. Who's
I'm so sorry, Galen, but that's what would happen. All right, a strength check. Oh, you don't need to worry about that, Galen. It's fine. let me roll. 14 minus what? That's a 13.
Galen, you can oppose that. You're getting pushed from behind. You're moving. You're shuffling through this gas.
Unfortunately, I roll a 4.
Okay, so he pushes you, and you kind of trip over your feet, and you hit the ground. You land on your knees quite roughly.
So if that's what happens, if he falls,
Yeah.
I'm going to dive jump and try to roll on the
over.
other side.
So
Yeah.
he falls this way, you go that way and jump over him. And then, what we're going to do, we're going to do this combat area, and then we're going to see what happens, okay? So Ash, back to you.
God. I just need to say that, you know how I've been joking that, oh yeah, I'm going to join as a guest player and backstab everyone. That was in jest. This is not the plan.
This is how every guest
This
goes.
is not a surprise.
This was not the plan. Oh God.
We just love
alright.
being proved right every week.
Every
So
time. We fall for it every damn time.
I'm so sorry. So I'm still rating, I take it?
Yep.
All right. What's my drive here? Do I still want to attack Theodore, or am
do
I
I get a
just
turn?
berserk?
But Galen's on the ground, so you have someone. You now have a second opponent because you only
Oh.
saw Theodore.
Mhm.
So Theodore has kind of jumped ahead. Galen is laying on the floor. He's kind of tripped over his feet. So you have someone who's kind of prone, and vulnerable, or Theodore, who's trying to get away. Your choice is over to you.
Well, I'm all for order and balance normally, but my character that is. So I'm thinking he must bleed too. I say, and I raise the spear and I go, God!
Okay, roll to hit.
Oh no!
Is that a normal attack or is he prone?
He's prone, so generally you would get disadvantage. Well, if it was a ranged attack, but you're standing over him, you're berserking. I'm going to give you advantage. Let's go for it.
Oh wow, that is good because it's really horrible. It's where on earth is it? There. So it's 10.
10 to hit.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, that misses. You said it was good. I was like, yeah, double damage. I was hoping for a natural 20.
No.
Okay, so you spike back down, but you completely miss. Whatever Galen was doing, he's rolling around. He's getting out of the way. Galen, I'll let you retaliate.
So
he's lost his mind.
As I've hit the floor with my knees, I've rolled over onto my back, and all of a sudden I see Ash standing over me, and then the spear goes straight between my legs, piercing my robes, which is absolutely horrifying. It's like, what the hell's going on?
You've still got all this smoke around you, all this gas is still around you.
Yeah. So I'm going to try backing up.
Yep. If you
And
back up, it'll take you into here, or do you want to go where Theodore's going?
Go where Theodore's going.
Right, on your hands and knees?
Yeah.
You're just
Scrabbling
moving as
backwards.
quick as you can.
Yeah. And what I'll do is, can I tell that Ash is actually just like, this is like thinking the gas has actually affected him in some way?
You can assume that, yeah.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'm going to use the rubble and everything that's around me, mold earth, and make a wall in front of between us.
Nice.
That was so fast.
That was amazing.
There you go.
Very neat.
And as I do that, I guess, because I hope we're kind of out of combat, but I literally, like, because I was given the healing potion from earlier, I had it on my belt, I passed that to Theodore.
Cool. Yeah,
because I see him profusely bleeding out of his
blood.
mouth.
Where
out
you
of his
are,
neck and stuff.
and this kind of mini wall that you've created, it's enough to stop Ash getting across, but immediately the mist starts to kind of dissolve and fade away. So you two are now okay. Now we're going to cut the camera to the other
Good job, Theodore.
I help you up off the ground when you do that. Thank you. And you see him like really wincing in pain. Yeah.
You use the healing potion 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
So let's have a look. So both Oregon and Smeeks, you make it into this room. It's still full of gas. Okay, it's filling up with gas. But to give you a quick description of the room, there is a pool of murky water that seems to dominate the center of the room. The water is mixed with gravel and soil from the walls that forms mud puddles around the walls. Next to the pool, a long plank rests across a log-like lever on a fulcrum. You can see on the table there are tie-down straps on the plank and shackles hanging from the walls to give the chamber some kind of extra ominous look. What do you wish to do? The room is still filling up with gas.
There's a lever.
There is a lever next to this kind of table area.
Yeah, so I will point at the lever, attracting Smig's attention, drawing his attention to the lever, and I shall try to mime badly that I would like him to check it for traps, like, you know, sort of magnifying glass and this sort of thing. Hopefully he will catch on to what I mean, and if he doesn't catch on in the next few seconds, I'm just going to walk over there and pull the lever.
Okay. You said the pool. It is like it's water.
It's a murky green water. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm confused as shit. So I'm gonna see Oregon like pointing towards this area, and I'm going to barrel roll in and jump in the pool.
Okay.
That's exactly what I meant.
Called it.
Wow. Thinking that I'm escaping from the gas, and this is what he's directing me to do. I do not see the lever.
Okay.
Okay, I sort of shake my head a little bit in frustration, but not surprised.
Smigs, one sec. So Smigs, you jump into the water and it's cold. Straight away it's cold, but you feel as if like that gas was almost sticking to your skin somehow and diving into, even though it's dirty, stagnant water.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
It makes you feel cleaner than when you was up there.
Actually, you were like doused with like something gross, and I don't remember what it was. So this is actually probably better.
Yeah.
And Oregon.
Yuck.
The waste wastewater.
Water, yeah.
Oregon. You see him not understand your instructions. He's jumped into the water. What would you like to do?
Pull the lever.
Okay, so you run over to the lever and pull it, yeah?
Yes, please.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Uh-oh.
Is it against poison or anything?
It is, yes.
Yeah, okay. It's a 17.
Okay, you pass. Again, your lungs are burning. You have to take a breath. You take it in, and again, this kind of burning, horrible tasting in your mouth. This is definitely toxic gas. You're not sure what it's going to do, but it doesn't seem to be affecting you. So you grab the lever and
pull the lever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the lever does is lifts this table and dunks
into the water.
Into the water. So it just tips it, and you can see on the bottom of the table, all these chains is connected to this thing. So the purpose of the lever is to dunk it.
Does it hit Smigs in the head?
No.
I'm just under the water, like.
You're watching. You can see what he's doing. Like, why is he doing that?
Yeah. Okay. Can I see that the gas is less concentrated over the other side of the room?
You can.
And is there another way out of this room?
There is a door. You can't see it on there, but there is a door on the far side over here.
Okay. I will move over to the door then, please.
Okay.
And I'll open it.
Okay. You clear the gas, and you can take a big deep breath of normal, clean air. The door is unlocked.
I will open it.
Okay. You open up the door, and you find a spiral staircase leading down.
Okay. I will. I'll wait there and stand in the doorway, take a few breaths to clear my lungs, and then I will shout for Smigs. Smigs, Smigs, Smigs. When you finish bath time, there's some stairs here, and the gas is not reached this part of the room yet. I think we should, recover ourselves a little bit, and then head back and try and find what's happened to Theodore, Galen, and Ash.
Okay. Underwater, all I hear is. But I can tell that Oregon is trying to talk to me. Do I see anything inside this pool? Like
No.
Is there anything down there?
No, the only stuff you see at the bottom is a couple of manacles, a couple of shackles.
That's it.
That's
Nothing
it.
else.
They're empty. There's no bones. There's nothing else. It is literally
No bones.
a pool.
Okay. So as I'm hearing the mumbling up top, I'll swim to the top, pop up, and at this point I've been underwater for I take a big breath. Obviously the gas is gone now.
Yeah.
I'm relieved with that. I'll crawl out of the pool soaking wet, stand up, kind of brush myself off a little bit, notice that I do smell quite a bit better. Like that stench that was kind of lingering has seemed to worn off a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll kind of squish like
You're with
all full of
trainers.
water. Yeah. I'll just squish all the way up back over and I'll kind of go through the door and trail Oregon in there.
Okay, you find Oregon standing at the top of a spiral staircase, and as you do that, the smoke, the toxic gas, does indeed disappear.
Nice.
Well done.
It was a nice little overlay.
Yeah, I didn't even see you put it on the map. It was just there, and I was like, "What?"
It's very cool. It's so this is part of Cobalt Press. So for this particular adventure, you have a giant A1 size map, and then when you want to do environmental issues, so you set off a trap, a gas trap, you put that in, and it just fits in perfectly, and gives you the distance of the gas where it travels.
That's cool.
That's nice.
It's really, really nice effect. Especially, I love playing with these printed maps and minis. I find that much better way. And ash, as the toxic gas fades away, this anger, you just feel it, and you just kind of get cold and shaky afterwards.
Am I aware of what I've just done?
I think so, yes. And you see this kind of mound of earth blocking your way.
Right. I sink to my knees and I just shiver in shame and disgust over what I've done. And I try to push through that mound that just appeared in my way. I say, Theodore, I'm so sorry. Are you still there? Are you alive?
I don't want anything to do with you. Like, I have no idea why you did that. Like, I'm not smart enough to realize it's the gas. I am like backing up. Theodore, I mean not Theodore. Galen, I don't trust him. Leave the wall there.
It was your gas.
It was my gas. That wasn't my gas. I didn't do anything to them. And then I think back to stepping on the thing and I
Clipped the gas.
Oh.
Something came over me. It's something with this cursed place. I was bewitched for a moment, and I was compelled to attack you. I mean, you know how.
I give Galen the look that it's okay to put the wall down, but then when it does come down, I'm just like squinting really hard at Ash.
No, just kidding. I look shamefaced.
Guiding bolt.
No, Ash stands there looking incredibly shamefaced and, well, ashen. Sorry, I just hold up my hands and say, I can't apologize enough. You're injured. Please let me heal your wound.
I've already drank a potion.
Oh, right. Maybe you aren't injured.
It's healed.
But you still see him.
Yes.
You still see him holding where you stabbed. Like, even though the wound is gone, there's like he's just kind of in shock that happened because he wasn't expecting it in that moment.
So it's like, and Galen just goes, there, Ash. It was all in your imagination. The gas just affected you badly, and Theodore has FOMO.
FOMO. So I didn't attack him.
Oh no, you definitely attacked me.
You may have tried, but it was okay.
I sort of look between these two very conflicting stories. Like, okay, well,
let's get to the others, shall we?
I'm sorry, I'm the worst healer ever.
And then I go, you first.
That makes sense, I say, and I turn around and I look. Where are the others?
And then I realized that we left the others in the gas.
You ran away.
Wait. Smigs.
What others?
Smigs. Just pretend we're dead.
Oh yeah, that'd be
lay on the floor.
Oh, that'd be hilarious, Organ. That's such a good trick.
And I'll just lay down.
And then, no. We walk in and we see their bodies hanging like, near that hallway.
Oh no, they were so young. Why did they have to go?
Do I find them lying down?
No, if you go into the room, you see this.
We're gonna waste a healing spell.
What appears to be a weird looking room with a pool in the middle. There's a door on the opposite side, and then you kind of see Oregon and Smigs just kind of like watching, waiting, see what's going on.
Right. So no one's on the ground.
No.
Okay. Good.
They are standing. They look fine.
Right. I turn the corner and I see. I go, you're alive. No thanks to me.
And then we hear click.
Well, I think technically it might have been Theodore set the trap off. You know. Yeah, we're fine. Smigs dived in the water, and I found this door. There's some stairs going down. I don't know if we want to use those or go and explore through that other unfinished corridor.
Yeah, if anybody needs a bath, there you go. I just took one. It was great.
Smigs.
Glance at the bath, glance at the goblin.
You smell so much better, Smigs.
Yeah, thanks.
Just got a big smile on my face.
Maybe later.
I will be at the back of this group as we continue walking.
I try to smile sort of reassuringly at Theodore, which, given that I am just streaked with blood and dirt, probably looks terrifying.
Yeah,
but
no.
I do my best.
I am terrified and keeping my eye on you and my hand on the hilt of my rapier.
So where do you want to go?
I think we're going down the stairs, right?
Do we want to go down the stairs, or shall we go back to that other room and investigate the cutout tunnel?
Let me swap over the map for the audience. So here is our map. So you're up here. There's the stairs, which you can see. The only bit you haven't explored yet is back in this room in the tunnel.
And you said that was like carved out or like burrowed out?
It's burrowed out. So this is a huge map.
Does it look animal burrowed, or does it look like there has been like someone physically cutting it out?
It needs to be. It would have been cut.
Okay.
And then there's the stairs that led up as well, isn't it?
There are stairs that led up here. Just to tell you, it stops at a dead end. It's a cave in.
Oh, okay. So that would have led up to the courtyard until it collapsed.
Yeah.
Right, because just so I can understand, when we came in here, did we go down a flight of steps to get to the floor we're on now?
Yes.
No, remember that we fell on the bone pile of.
You fell in that.
Like all the refuse and then came in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
this bit, there's a few stairs here, right back at the start.
Yeah.
So
we're descending between the arch.
Yeah, because that where the bone pile was, it went into this room that had the statues, and we walked down, which is the stairs down that we came
Got
down.
it. Thank you. So basically more floors down.
We're like, what's that? One.
We're
so we
one
fell
floor.
down, so there's one, and then we came down those stairs. So we're on the second floor now.
Right. Yeah.
And then we came down the stairs into that room with the giant frog, which is the floor we're on now. So we're 3 layers down now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do we? So I guess I would leave the rest of the group to decide if we go back to check that second tunnel. I am okay either way. I'm staying at the back of the group because I don't trust most of the people, except Galen, who put a wall up to save us.
And gave you a healing
That's
potion.
fine. You got some new trust there. That's good. It was quick thinking, so that was good. I like that. You're not getting an inspiration point for it.
I already have.
I still already have one, so that's cool. It's like, yeah.
From the bacon, that's
and
right.
And they don't stack. The Bacon Saga from episode 1. Owlbear attack. Bacon.
Mold Earth is now on a 3-1 against Bacon, though. So
Yes, Mold Earth is definitely, and it's actually the first time I've ever chosen it as a cantrip.
It's quite handy.
It's pretty good.
How you've been using it is quite handy. I mean, you've got to have a trap room. Just okay, that's warm. Move the stone.
You know, normally Smigs would be all about the little back alleys and tunnels and stuff, but after going through that one area and then the battle, and Smigs is definitely in the mindset right now of the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go the stairs.
See, I was the opposite. I've been through 2 cracks this evening. Third was just beckoning me. Stairs are good too. I don't mind.
All right.
Oregon's a crack at
I
it.
am leaving the choice down to you, and we will live with those choices.
Theodore, where shall we go?
Oh, I guess we sally forth and go down.
All right, stairs it is.
No, I'll go first, cautiously.
I can follow behind just to be there in case something goes south, other than the stairs.
Yeah, I usually try and stick close to whoever's first.
Okay.
Or second. Or second. It doesn't matter. Like, so I'll follow behind Ash as well.
This time we're protecting our Oregon because Oregon is our last line of defense, really.
Yeah.
We must always protect our organ.
Yeah, and we lost.
Your camera's gone off.
No, I think Dave is out.
He's changing the map.
I've got a load of books under the desk. It will just fell over on me.
No, it's a trap.
I am trapped. Right. How are we doing?
Your camera is off.
There we go.
Zoom. There we go. That's it. Hold
Sorry.
on.
Well, the whole thing just fell on me. Right, that is.
You're outputting from a different camera now.
I am. I'm over there now. So you're going to go down the stairs.
We are going down the stairs.
Okay. What I'm going to do is to switch these around for a second. Remember, this is your decision. you guys did it, not me. So as you go down the, I've got the music going on as well. So as you go down the spiral staircases, the light gets dark. As you slowly take your steps around, and over there, around and around, and we get to the bottom, and we'll find out what happens next episode. That's where we are.
You know what that means.
You should have gone through the crack.
You are now entering the second level of the dungeon, and we will find out what happens next week.
That was all level 1, you guys. Level 2, like, it's just gonna get worse. It's just, I love it.
Yep.
Right.
We decided
was
last
super
minute
fun.
to trail back up the stairs.
This isn't a computer game.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Bring it.
So there we go. We ended up a little bit early, that one. But that's fine. Unfortunately, Eric won't be joining us. So on the way down the stairs, Ash rather, will be saying farewell.
Yes.
And we will move on from there.
I've come to realize that as unstable as my normally orderly mind is, I am probably more of a liability than an aid to this group. So I'm afraid I will depart from you now. We may encounter each other again, one never knows, but please accept this as a parting gift. And then, if I can, I cast Bless upon the party. And then I hurry out.
The Good luck, Ash.
And I shout on my back down in the stairwell. It's like, it only lasts a minute.
That's right. That's right.
Fantastic.
That was me. That was fantastic. So I came in, I healed you a little, and then I caused as much damage as I healed you.
You were all about the neutrality and the balance, though. So
It was about the balance.
Yeah, you get some, you lose some. I give some, I take some.
Definitely. Right, we're going to leave it there, folks. We will catch up again this time next week. I don't think we've got any shows this weekend, so we're back on Monday with our Great British Brush Off. Do check us out there. We're painting some more whiz kids. If you paint miniatures, do join us. It's a paint along and it's a learn how to paint. We're all beginners, so we're just learning.
What happened on Monday? I can't remember.
Last Monday.
Yeah.
What did we paint? We painted the red slard last Monday.
We did. That was right. And we gave out some gold stars, didn't we?
We did give out a gold star. Yeah. Don't know who won it though. No idea who that was.
Steve.
So we will be back on Monday. We're painting Ghosts and Banshees with professional artist Leia Robinson, all the way from the States.
Got it here actually.
Oh, well done.
Ooh.
It's still in the box. You haven't primed it yet.
I won't prime that because it's clear plastic.
It is clear plastic. Right. And we'll see you all again this time next week. Do check us out on YouTube. youtube.com/bandofbadgers. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks.